in this live stream, we are going to understand something important. You must have just saw that particular tagline, whatever it is given, that you need to improve your communication skills and you need to master your public speaking. So we are going to understand a couple of things today in terms of understanding the difference between your language skills and communication skills that you need to develop in your life. And along with that, I'm going to also share some of the most important thing at the ending of the stream today, which you are going to understand in simplistic manner to get clarity in terms of improving your communication. Sounds good? Now let's go ahead and understand the same kind of thing. But before that, these things today, that you can definitely go ahead and you can download the application which is already mentioned there, and you can see that particular screen. You will find the link to download my application from Android platform as well as the iOS store. Both of the links are given in the description box. Make sure that you will download that and you will also check out the amazing content whatever I have given. And I'm also going to share the exclusive thing for you at the ending of the session where you can be there with my community to get clarity about improving your communication skills and public speaking as well. Now, things up. Let's go ahead and understand a couple of things here which we need to focus on improving ourselves. So ultimately, I will tell you the difference between why you are able to communicate effectively when it comes to your native language. Right? I will take Hindi as reference language and then I will guide you in terms of getting clarity to improve your communication skills in English. Right? Now, let's try to understand both of these things. You can imagine a specific thing right now. And what is that particular thing? You need to understand that whenever you were just 4 to 5 years old, right? If you just ask your parents, you will be able to know that how was your communication at that time, at the age of 5 years. Or you can take a reference example. You can take simple example of any child. If you look at that particular child, you will be able to see that the child is able to communicate effectively at the age of 5 years only, regardless of any other language but the native language only. So if I consider Hindi at that time, you will be able to see that people are able to improve their communication skill in their native language, in their mother tongue, since the childhood, right? And when it happened since their childhood at that time, they have been supported by so many people. I would say that their parents, they teach them how to speak correctly. Their seniors, their cousins, if they go to school, definitely there will be their friends. So they learn collectively and in integrated manner. They focus on learning all these skills all together. It may be writing, it may be speaking, it may be reading, it may be listening and observing as well. So when they focus on all these things, which are nothing but the core aspects of any language you can consider, so all these are able to understand these things, right? Now, when we develop our native language at that time, the same thing is applicable to each and everyone, right? But it is applicable with native language only. So ultimately, you develop your language. You learn your language in such a way that you are able to communicate with people following the same kind of learning mechanism, and you are taking feedback all the time, and it is happening subconsciously without even focusing on that thing consciously. And whenever it is happening at that time, you are improving every single day. You are not even aware about it. You are not even focusing on that particular thing that आज मैंने ये sentence सीखा, आज मैंने वो word सीखा. No, it is happening with you forever. And it will be continuously happening for next decade also. There is nothing wrong in that. But the major concern here that you need to understand is there are few lacunas. There are few things that you need to understand. And those things are nothing but you tried to develop couple of things, but somewhere you could not give your best. And I would say that the similar thing happened when you communicate with people in English. But if I ask you that, are you a great communicator if you consider your native language? Well, the answer from 90% people will be yes. You can just exclude 10% people, those who are introverts, those who do not speak. If you want to know about this introversion and extroversion, you can learn this thing on day 23 of my 4-week English Grammar Mastery Challenge, where I have taught you a couple of things in just 6 to 7 days to make yourself a wonderful person. So I work on personal development also in the same program, that is nothing but the 4-week English Grammar Mastery Challenge. Download the application and do check out the discount that is going on with 50% off with 6697. Make sure you check it out and be there in the community to improve yourself to get the permanent change. Now, when we talk about this kind of things, 90% people, they are able to communicate effectively when it comes to their native language, right? But the thing is that they are not able to go on stage and they are not able to speak in front of the people. That's where the problem with public speaking is. That's why I have chosen the topic today. That is nothing but we need to improve our communication skills to become a great public speaker. Are you able to resonate with this? Type yes in the comment box to see how many people are here. Are you able to understand the same thing? because this is the most essential thing that you need to understand in terms of improving your ability to communicate with people. You may be speaking any language. It could be Punjabi, it could be Marathi, Hindi, it can be Gujarati, Bengali, Malayalam, Tamil, Telugu, whatever it may be. Whenever you interact with several people in your life, I would say 80% of the communication, it happens in native language. And when we do this particular thing at that time, what do? We prefer a comfortable way to communicate with people. And what is that way? Using our native language. That's it. And when we keep using the same kind of language, we keep improving our native language only. We keep improving our ability to communicate with people in native language only. But if you try the same thing for English, what is going to happen? You are going to improve your ability to communicate with people in English as well. So ultimately, the more you focus on understanding couple of things, those things will be developed in your life. Remember this particular thing. Let's take the example. If there are few people who are trying to understand couple of things, for example, if there is a person who speaks 60% English and 40% native language, if he comes at several people and if he dedicates some of the time to improve himself, you will be able to see that whenever he will be dedicating at least 1.5 hours or 30 minutes to communicate in English only, he will gradually improve his percentage of speaking English in his life. And whenever it will happen at that time, the person will automatically improve his language in terms of improving his communication skill. So when we try to improve our communication skill at a time, we need to focus on couple of things, right? First is nothing but working on the language skills. Why do I ask you to work on the language skills? Most of the people, when it comes to their native language, they are fluent enough. But when it comes to understanding English at that time, they face difficulties to construct multiple sentences. They believe that they do not know so many words. But the fact is, they already know so many words, but they simply need to use those words to make a meaningful sentence. If you make the meaningful statement, it will be easier for you to speak in any situation or to write any kind of email according to your requirement. It can be a client communication, it can be one-to-one communication in your office or wherever you want to. But the thing is that we need to work on our thought process. The more you work on your thought process, you get clarity in terms of improving yourself. Second is nothing but your psychological barrier. Most of the people, those who are at intermediate level and advanced level, I would highly recommend you to be there in my 4-week community, because we practice at least for 90 minutes 4 times a week, right? And when we do that particular thing at that time, what exactly happens? People get clarity to understand the way they communicate with people. This is the first point. Second, we also have the group of our community members, so which is nothing but the private Facebook group, where they get a new topic every day. They record the video and they get my feedback on the same kind of thing. So we have a wonderful learning mechanism here, and you can definitely get advantage of the same thing. Make sure that you can download the application to get the exclusive coupon code that I'm giving you right away. And you are going to get clarity of the same kind of thing. So you definitely check this particular application in my description box today. And in the description box, you will see 2 links. One is nothing but the Android app, which will not need, the link will not need any kind of institute code. But if you want to download the same for iOS, you can simply download the application and you can insert the code GLKST, which is already mentioned in the description box. And you can download the application, sign up using your mobile number and email address, and you'll be able to get clarity that how you are going to avail the discount that I'm talking about. Right? The most, but when it comes to you need to information you have right now at a particular moment. It is important to implement the same thing in your real life also. Most of the people, they learn, but they do not apply. They have fear of making mistakes, right? It comes under psychological barriers. And it is one of the major part of your communication skills. If you just understand that I know simple present tense very well, I know where to use it, what are the practical uses of the single most tense. Once you understand that thing, most of the people, they have fear to apply that. Until and unless you apply that concept, you will not be able to make mistakes. You will not be able to improvise it. And remember, if you are at intermediate level or if you are at beginner level, I'll tell you 2 things here before going ahead with the same. I'll tell The person who is and you are on the right track. You're on the perfect path. You need to stay under the mentorship of someone else, and you need the training framework to carry out the same carrying, which you will understanding the same thing. Another a specific topic, let's consider a present videos. What is present? I mean, is that specific considering subject and object? Well, if you know this particular thing, I want you to understand what are the different situations in your life where you can easily apply this change. You will find that if you learn this thing consciously, if you train your mind to understand the same thing, you will never face difficulties in terms of understanding the same thing. Try it and do let me know in the comment box if it is working for you. Now let's come back to the same topic that I was telling you, the difference between intermediate level and advanced level. Now people who are at intermediate level, they always try to translate the sentences from their native language and they always make them to English. They will try translate the sentences most of the time. Well, if you develop this habit of translating the sentences every single time, or I would say most of the time, while writing you or speaking with someone else, it is going to consume lots of time. You must have experienced that one also. You need to get rid of that particular thing. Once you learn a specific topic, once you understand its implementation in your real life, according to the situations you are in or the emails that you write, what you need to focus on is focus on understanding the concept in such a way that it will be automatically repeated. And for that, you need to do that thing consciously. Most of the people say, sir, we don't need to learn grammar. Well, it is important that you need to learn this concept at least once. And until and unless you do this particular thing, you won't be understand the same kind of thing. Remember this particular thing. So learn the concepts, apply them consciously and get clarity according to the situations that you want to apply these things, right? Second thing, those who find themselves at the advanced level, right? They must be thinking, sir, we are able to speak at least for 2 to 3 minutes. But after that, most of the people who are at the advanced level, they are not able to continue their conversation beyond 2 to 3 minutes. That they're not able to construct the sentences. They feel that the thought process is not proper. They are not able to get the proper input of thought process. Another thing, they feel that they know some words. They are already speaking well, but somewhere they feel that they need to use fancy kind of words. Well, I would say if you want to communicate effectively, it's not fancy that you want to use. It's not in a specific that I have those particular gaps. After clarity, I would second thing that you need to understand is make sure that you work on your ability to communicate with people, where it can be done by understanding the concept of intonation, voice modulation, articulation of your thoughts, understanding the rising and falling tone, and couple of things which you will develop automatically once you come in the flow. And third one, that is public speaking skills. You just want to understand one thing. What is that thing? Try to focus on getting the clarity of a specific concept, and that concept is nothing but understand the way you communicate and try to speak in front of several people, those with those people you are comfortable with. It may be your family members, it may be your office colleagues, or you can give a presentation, or you can just participate in any conference or your office meetings. If you're speaking in front of multiple people, it means that you have started speaking in public, and that is nothing but public speaking, right? And once you do that thing once, you'll feel that I'll have to do it again. I will do it again. And when we do this particular thing at that time, you start enjoying the process. Now, whenever we learn any kind of thing in our life at that time, we automatically get results. If we get results, we automatically enjoy the process also. And I want you to understand this thing in simple and systematic manner. That learning English is something you can consider the kind of necessity today. It's not something that you're doing for your growth or something. You need to understand that today you are learning this particular skill in order to uplift yourself to the next level. If you are working at any specific workplace, understand that what are the opportunities that you have. To grow in your life and grab those opportunities, we need to improve our communication skills. And if you do that part, it will be easier for you. You will be closer to your dreams. And it is essential that you need to work on a couple of things. If we take care of all those things, it will be easier for you to understand the same kind of thing. And according to that, you will be able to understand the same things in terms of understanding the same concept in simple and step-by-step manner. If you just understand the same thing here. Now, along with this particular thing, when we improve our communication skill at that time, focus on short sentences. Why I'm telling you about short sentences? Because until and unless you understand the beauty of using these short sentences to create impact on people with clarity of your message, you are going to understand that this is what you need. People try to make lengthy sentences. If you use lengthy sentences, it is not going to help you. Focus on using short sentences but effective ones, right? Second thing, most of the time when we communicate with people, we ask questions to them and people just give us reply to the same kind of thing. And when it happens at that time, the most essential thing is nothing but we need to just provide the clarity of the message, and we can also ask couple of questions to them. If you ask questions in the right manner, by following couple of things, by following proper intonation, you are going to understand that you are focusing on the real life communication, which you follow automatically when it comes to your native language. Just understand this thing. When you try to interact with people when it comes to your native language at that time, you speak naturally. You ask the question in the same kind of intonation. You impress people by understanding the same thing. And it happens every single time. If you go to the shopkeeper, you will be able to speak in your native language, right? The shopkeeper also speaks in the same kind of way. And you observe people, and it happens in your life most of the time. Even I would say every single time. Every person has a unique style of speaking. You also have a unique style of speaking. When we do have this unique style of speaking, why don't we embrace it? Why don't we take it to the next level? Because we learn from multiple people. And remember, there is a secret that I'm telling you. The style you follow when you communicate with people in your native language is followed in the exact manner when you communicate in any other language. You can test it out. जिस तरीके से आप आपकी नेटिव लैंग्वेज बोल पाते हो, आप उसी तरीके से कोई भी इंग्लिश बोल सकते हो. The way you use your native language in terms of communicating with people, you use the same style in terms of improving your English communication also. Try it and let me know. It's one of the most important thing, right? And you can easily understand that particular part. If you take care of this thing, it will be easier for you to get clarity of the same kind of thing, and you can master this skill. It's necessary to understand the same thing. That's why I insist people to focus on couple of things. Which are these things? First is nothing but your language skills, right? Second is nothing but you need to understand how you can use the short sentences in effective manner where you can create the impact on people. And third is, if you work on first step and second step, you will be in a position to get that third step as a bonus in your life, right? And with this bonus, I want to share something important for you, and that is nothing but the exclusive coupon code for you. You will definitely get that coupon code in my application. You need to download my application using the links which I have given in the description box. You can download it for Android platform as well as iOS platform also. Make sure you check out the application, sign up there and get access to the content that I have provided. And you will also be able to understand the same thing, that you can pay for that particular course using the 50% discount. Along with that particular thing, I would also show you something that you can pay using installments. The regular price is always 13,394. But if you want to pay using installments, you'll be able to see that there will be the option to pay using installments. You can check that particular option. And once you go ahead and understand the same thing, you will get one option that you can pay the first installment at 3697 only. And you can pay remaining later. And you will get instant access to the course application, and you will be able to understand that how you can just understand your improvement in terms of your language skills, your communication skills as well as your public speaking skills. Right now, another thing here itself is that you can use couple of methods to just make the payment and you'll be able to understand, and you will be there in my live practice sessions to practice along with different members. I know that most of the people, they need a practice platform under the mentorship of a specific person, where you will get the exact training framework that you need to apply, where you will also get a customized feedback in the live practice sessions wherever we will interact with each other. And ultimately, I want you to succeed in your life. That is the most important thing. If you are holding this kind of mind block that how I'm going to do this particular thing or that particular thing, well, let me tell you a couple of things here. If you are serious and committed to improve your communication skills, just spend 30 days, 30 minutes for 30 days with commitment and seriousness, and hardly 10 to 12 practice sessions with me along with the community members. Believe me guys, you are going to see remarkable results in just 15 days. Remember this particular thing. Most of my students, they get confidence, clarity, and permanent change. I'm not talking about short-term change. I'm talking about the long-term change. Whatever that I've trained you in my 4-week course, if you follow that particular thing, you are going to get clarity of the same kind of thing. And yes, the discount is definitely available for you for a limited time with 6697 only. You can go ahead, download the app, check out the course, and join this amazing community right away. This is what you are going to follow, right? And remember, if you just follow a couple of things and if you just work on these things, the results are going to be there with you. Remember this thing with you. And once you follow that particular thing, you are going to learn these amazing skills along with me and the entire community members. You will also get the access to my private Facebook group where you can learn from people as well, how the person was in his first video and how he is in his 40th video, right? You'll be able to understand the difference between those people. If you understand people improving according to the feedback that I'm giving them, why don't you will also get the same kind of results in your life? You will get the results in the same way that you expect in your life, right? If you have opportunities in your life and if you're waiting for that particular thing, well, I would say that most of the time people wait for opportunity to come. But I would say if you work on your skill set, if you improve yourself, the opportunity will come to you automatically. You don't need to wait for an opportunity. And for that purpose, if you want to do something different in your life, you need to be an action taker. Be the action taker. Go to the description box right away, download the application and check out the options that I have provided in terms of joining the 4-week English Grammar Mastery Challenge. And I would be there to see you in my next live interactive practice session. That is what I want you to understand. And I want you to succeed in your life before you lose any specific opportunity in your life. Right? So guys, that's it for the day. I will see you once again in the next YouTube live session with another topic, and you will get clarity about understanding the same thing, right? Do check out the application, whatever that I have provided. You can just go ahead, install it, and you will be able to understand the clarity of the same kind of thing. Okay? That's it for the day. I will see you next time in the with the new topic in the next YouTube live stream. And by that time, you need to go to the description box and download the applications. And I will also see you in the live practice sessions. If you joined my 4-week English Grammar Mastery Challenge with the limited discount that is already available in the application. Do check out the description box to download the applications. I will see you once again. By the time, yourself and your family, and the most important thing, keep learning, keep growing. Thank you so much.